Hey guys, so my voice is coming back some. And luckily I did not have to go into work today because one of the girls very sweetly offered to take my shift, and I really appreciated it. So I've been resting my voice all day, and hopefully by tomorrow it'll be back, and Tuesday I go back to work. But I thought that I would share with you guys some of the women that really just inspire me. And I thought about doing this because I was just talking, about the Kat Von D books and how, the reason I got all these books is because she's a woman that really, really inspires me. And I thought, I should do that with all of these women. Sorry, guys. I'm probably going to be taking quite a few sips of water in this video. But one of the first women that I wanted to talk to you about, and I'm sure this is true for a lot of people, is Audrey Hepburn. Now, I just brought out one of my coffee table books because I have several of her biographies and What Would Audrey Do, and books like that on my Kindle. But this was one that I could just kind of bring out and show you. And I love this book because it has a lot of great photographs and things of her, and it is sort of a biography of her life. So I really like it. But these three women that I'm going to show you, they all kind of encompass to me different parts of my personality, or different things about each of these women that I really aspire to be. And with Audrey, for me, it's her. She's so classy, and she was so ladylike, and she was a very gentle person, and there's this part of me that I really strive to be a lady, the good girl. And, in a time when, actresses let me say this before everybody hounds on me about Marilyn. I really do appreciate Marilyn, and there are things about her that I appreciate. But, sorry guys, in a time when, Marilyn was taking on more of these sexual roles, and especially for the time, it's very different than today's meaning. But Audrey always kept it very, clean is not the word I'm looking for, but because Marilyn wasn't dirty, that's not what I mean. But she presented herself in a way that she knew how to be sexy, but it wasn't about I am sexy. She was a lot more than that. She's a woman to me that just really showed how to be, sort of this perfect lady. And I love how even with all her fame and all that stuff, she never lost sight of who she really was and what she really wanted. And that was, to be a wife and to be a mom, and how she raised her son. And the fact that later on in life she did all those, charity work and working with UNICEF. And I respect that about her, and I really appreciate that. And for me personally, it's just, I want to portray this sense of that gentle, caring lady that everybody sees, and that I can be that person, I guess, to other people, and kind of the same way that she touched other people's lives, I want to touch people's lives in that way. And so yeah, she's always been a favorite of mine. And when I had my first place, my living room was entirely Audrey Hepburn decor and stuff like that. So now that's all in my craft room. But yeah, just definitely a woman that really, really inspired me. The next one I want to talk about is Lucille Ball. And Lucille Ball, I grew up on the Lucy show, and I love Lucy. That's what my parents let us watch. And this woman, I will never get over her sense of humor. And to me, that's so important, that you have to be humorous and you have to know how to laugh in life. And I loved that she knew how to make fun of herself. She knew how to laugh at the things that she would look at and say are her imperfections or whatever. And I love this about this woman. But at the same time, if you, take the time to really delve into who Lucille Ball was, she married a man that at the time, it was a very, sort of controversial marriage with her husband being Cuban. And I mean, in some ways, she really helped with the whole interracial couples. And, you know, she also had this side to her that while she made fun of herself on the show quite a bit and of her looks and things like that and didn't care what anybody really thought, if you look at photo shoots of her from back then and like beauty shots, she was a gorgeous, confident, sexy woman. And I love that about her. But yet she made her, you know, her fame and her career off of her humor. So, and this is just a really great book too, if anybody wants it, because, or well, like, if you can find it, because it has so many awesome, like, pull out stuff. This is her headshot from when she first got started. So I think that's cool. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry about the coughing. And then the last one I'm going to talk about, I'm sure you guys have already guessed, is Kat Von D. And now it's kind of funny because the first women I showed are like from before my time, you know. But to me, Kat Von D, she's very, very different. She's like almost polar opposites of these women. But she encompasses for me sort of the side of my personality that I guess I've sort of recently discovered. You know, I used to be very quiet, very demure, and while I was a people person and I loved making friends, I could be very shy, very quiet, you know, until like I really got to know you. And also, you know, I've always been the person, especially in jobs and in, you know, certain relationships, not in my significant other, but in other like friendships or family member relationships, I've always kind of been one to kind of let myself be walked over, and or to like, I didn't stand up for myself enough, I guess would be the best way to put it, that I would take a lot before I would get to a point where I would say, you know, either enough, I'm done, and I walk away, or actually being able to stand up and say, hey, no, this is not okay, and if we're gonna move forward, you know, things need to change. And for me, Kat Von D kind of does that for me, because she is an extremely confident woman. She's a total go-getter. She doesn't care what anybody thinks about her. And I can really appreciate that she is who she is, and it's like, accept me, or, you know, that's, if you don't, that's okay with me too, but you know, don't expect me to care. And I really appreciate her art, her artistry, and just the tattoo work that she does. She's definitely made a name for herself in that world. But more importantly, I think that just carries into all aspects of her life. She's a very creative person, and, you know, whether that be through her tattooing or through her drawings or through her music. You know, music has always been a huge part of my life as well. I sing, and I would take piano as a kid, and I actually come from quite a musical family, so there's just different areas of that I can really relate to. And I also just feel like she's helped me find a little bit of, hopefully nobody gets too upset for me saying this, but she's helped me find a little bit of the badass in myself, you know, that I can say, you know what, this is who I am, and accept me for it. And my tolerance level with people as far as how they treat me is definitely lessened. I think you would have to understand that before, I mean, it would almost take someone, you know, dropping the moon on me for me to like stand up and do something about it. Where now it's like I've learned that there's a balance to being understanding and being a pushover. You know, like, I gave too much of myself before. And I feel like she's helped me understand that it's okay in some instances to just say enough is enough. And I don't know. And also too, I never thought I would be one to get tattoos or anything like that. Now I have 4. And, you know, I think she kind of helped me understand. I mean, you know, obviously she's covered and is going for a full bodysuit. That's not at all what I have in, you know, in mind, but I can appreciate that she doesn't, she's going for what she wants and she doesn't care what anybody else thinks. She's not letting that determine how she lives her life. And so for me, my 4 tattoos have very specific meanings, and each one stands for something. My swallow is for my great-grandmother who passed away of cancer. And, birds were always her thing, and she would always give little birdie kisses. That's what she called them. But swallows in particular for her stood for, like, hoping and dreaming and, like, being free, like flying and just the freedom in that. And it's always kind of been that symbol for me. So I got that tattooed. And I have a bass clef on my voice, on my foot with like a peace symbol in it and a little heart on the end. And it just, for me, it encompasses my love of music and my desire for, peace and tranquility in my life and the peace that I found through music. And the little heart is just kind of my love for music, and it was cute, But, they all have meanings. And then the one on my back is the word love in cursive, but it's actually shaped into a heart. And I got that sort of kind of honoring, my husband and the love that we share, and just the fact that I feel like we should be loving in life and love life itself, so it's very meaningful to me. And then this one on my wrist, the Star of David, just representing my belief and, sort of who I am and where I'm going and where I came from, and remembering that, and then honoring those that have come before me. So it just, yeah, all of them have a big meaning, but I feel like this video is getting really long, longer than I meant it to be, and I just thank you guys for watching, and if you stuck through all 12 minutes, I applaud you, especially with my voice sounding this bad. So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.